Hello, dear and beloved Aquarius. Welcome to Jessica's Intuition, and welcome to your special Me and My Counterpart reading for March 2025. These spreads are actually designed for you and your counterpart. In love, we look here, but it can also be that each person has to decide individually for themselves and perhaps for a different counterpart. Nevertheless, I'm looking at this. These are special love readings. It only makes sense to watch this reading if you have a counterpart. Of course, you can also watch the reading. Maybe a counterpart will come along at some point. But right now, I'm looking in if there is a counterpart. I'll lay out the cards here for you and here for your counterpart. Always remember that the roles in a reading can be reversed. Time is always relative. Time flows. And this is always about collective readings. General readings can also be worth. Not everything will resonate with you. And this reading here, yes, and all the important information. You can always find all the important links and the cards I use down in the info box. And everything I'm currently offering can be found on my website. Let's take a look at your current energy. What energy are you in right now? King of Cups, you are in love. You want to give love, to show love. You might be in love. That can, of course, be the case. King of Cups. The Tower has now come up along the way. Yeah, and it could also be that you've left behind everything else that made you unhappy, where you weren't in love. The King of Cups is also showing up, by the way. It could also be that, let's put it this way, that this here is your counterpart and that you are currently in the energy of your counterpart. It could be, but it doesn't have to be. So the King of Cups is in tune with his feelings. He is at peace with his feelings. He knows what he loves. He knows what he doesn't love. And that's the energy you're in right now. The Tower just below the deck, that also tells me that you are leaving situations here and now. The ones that don't make you happy, the ones you no longer love. Exciting. I need to take off my sweater. For a moment, I'm suddenly getting warm. Let's briefly take a look at your counterpart. What energy is your counterpart currently in? The Page of Cups. Underneath the deck, the Six of Wands. So your counterpart is currently in this energy. You want to make an offer to someone, perhaps the Page's mood. New ideas, maybe, yes. As I said, I'm always a bit skeptical about offers in the party of the church, but that's just how it is. That's nothing certain where I would say there's any feeling involved or anything like that. It's like flirting, just something along those lines. To make someone beautiful eyes. So your counterpart is currently in this energy. Nevertheless, we have the Six of the Bars are below the deck, so you definitely want to move forward. Moving forward, but doesn't yet know where the journey is headed. So I also think about it, I still don't know where it's going from here, in which direction it will go. But there is definitely a sympathy from your counterpart. You're definitely in this energy wanting to share your cup. Let's put it this way. Without interpreting this negatively at first, let's see what you're currently thinking. The Magician, you think that anything is possible. And then Justice thinks so too. I also believe that you at peace with yourself up to the King of the Church. You are at peace with yourself. You are honest with yourself. I actually believe yes for the Wands too. You know where the journey is supposed to go. With you, it's also like the Magician. You definitely know what you want. You are ready to put things into action. You are ready to try new things. And you know that too. That's in your thoughts. You are aware of that. And I also have this feeling you believe that the impossible is possible. First of all, good energy. Let's put it this way. I still don't see it at the moment. negative. Let's take a look at your counterpart. And the cat has said goodbye. Under the deck, we have the Seven of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune has come out. The Wheel of Fortune has come out. What does your counterpart think at the moment about fateful changes? I would even say that there's hope for new opportunities to arise here. You can't keep running away from this. I think your counterpart knows that too. That you can't make false promises here. I said the Page of Cups. I'm not a fan of the Page of Cups. I don't think it's bad either, just to get straight to the point. I don't think it's bad. When it comes to future potential, especially in love, I tell you how it is with the Page of Cups, as it is with the Page of Cups. But that doesn't mean that the Page of Cups can't develop further. To the King of Cups, not that, but the initial energy is just like the Page. It's just difficult. And I also believe that your counterpart knows that they need to seize a new opportunity here. Well, yes, that a change is coming, that you also have your own fate in your hands, how things can move forward. And I also believe that your counterpart is aware that you can't make false, or yes, that you can make promises, and that you can't keep getting away from this with such false things, with lies or something like that. The old me has to go. Your counterpart is also aware of this. It's always difficult to hang up the old life. I'll say this, when you want to enter a partnership, then someone's life changes at first. You can't act the way you used to anymore. Let's leave it at that. Let's see what you're feeling right now. The World. There we have the Tower under the deck again. The World. I'm currently thinking about the world, the feelings with the world. So, I honestly don't see many feelings connected to the world. I have to tell you, the world represents success, especially success also for fulfillment. And I would actually say that with the world, everything is always possible, wonderful possibilities. The old can go, something new can emerge. And I have this feeling that you want to move into your fulfillment, closing an old chapter, maybe even your old phase of life, that it ends this way and you're ready for it. Yes, for something new, also in love. That means, as I said, you want to have fulfillment in love. So you want to be fully fulfilled. And the old, as I said, we have the Tower again under the deck. So you want to free yourself from the old things. So you definitely don't want to settle for less because you are aware of it. So you are definitely aware of what you have on an emotional level. This is your current energy. So you're totally in love, maybe even with yourself. And accordingly, you also want to be successful on all levels. I have that feeling about you. Okay, so you look very positive. I can't say otherwise. Let's take a look at the other person. What is the other person feeling right now? Work. Emotionally, the other person knows that they have to work here. So the Page becomes a Knight. And then the King. As I said, the King is with you, so he can't fall out of this anymore. Yes, that's again about victory. One wants to succeed here, one wants to move forward. So I'll put it this way. This negative, especially with the Seven of Swords underneath, the other person knows that this is not how you move forward here. That's not how you reach your goal. That might not fulfill you either. And then the other person knows that they also have to work on themselves emotionally. What is your counterpart feeling? I also believe in the Eight of Coins. That is, so this card of dedication, also in something that you really have to fully commit to. Feelings need to become clear to you. It needs to develop steadily. And I also believe that your counterpart is aware of this. let's just say it's definitely better than it is with Capricorn. With Capricorn, I had a completely different energy. I also thought about whether I should even do this because, my loves, I am really quite tired. I haven't slept much in the last few days, or rather, I kept falling asleep again. Well, yes, with everything. What I'm doing here right now. And nonetheless, I decided to go ahead and do it anyway. And the Capricorn was a bit tricky. I'll tell you how it is. I thought to myself, wow, should I just let it go or not? I think I thought about it for 10 minutes, and then I said to myself, come on, just do it. And then, yeah, that's good too. As I said, February is almost over, and I actually wanted to have these done by the end of the month. And because my other channel has just come into being, which wasn't planned at all, I'm really busy with that too. And I actually want to have everything done by the end of the month, at the latest by the beginning of March the 1st or the 2nd. March, I want to have everything done there too, me and my counterpart. So first the March reading, and then I want to have everything done with my counterpart too. And if you haven't switched over to the German channel yet, I can't translate it into English either. So as I said, one has to harmonize with the other. Yes, my dears, I hope that in the next few days I'll be fully in the flow and have everything under control. Okay, let's see what connects you at the moment. So I actually don't see it negatively here. I can't say it any other way. As I said, the Page of Cups gave me a bit of trouble at the beginning, but I still see it here. Yes, it could just be this energy from the Page of Cups. It suggests that one wants to try things out first. One wants to flirt. You want his chances too. How do you say that? Fully take advantage of. That's also not quite right, because the Page of Cups isn't necessarily negative. It's more of a naive energy. You can't rely on that. You can rely 100% on what comes next, but not necessarily in a bad way, just because it's this energy, this freshness, that you would also keep your options open there. Something like that. What connects you at the moment? I would like 4 cards. And the Empress bottom of the deck. The Judgment. 4. Why the 4? Those aren't the 4. Those, the 7 of Swords. The Page of Pentacles. And the 9 of Wands. Oh, I'm just a little moment. Yes. What connects you at the moment? So here it is. It's also on your side, the Court. You definitely know that something needs to change here. I also believe that you have contact. So I don't see any lack of contact here. You are in touch and you're also flirting and so on. You are definitely aware of what you want here. The person opposite you is still kind of playing around. So maybe just testing his boundaries. What else can I do? Do I even want this or not? Do I have to really dive into this? Am I getting this or whatever? The Court, what connects you at the moment? So there's definitely also, I have this feeling of a restoration in love. The Court, when interpreted for love, can signify a restoration in love, but it can also be interpreted as a creation in love. That means also pay attention to signs. There can actually be some signs floating around that you notice. Yes, maybe double numbers, whatever, twins numbers. Angel numbers, let's put it that way. But that's also a theme of awakening. That one awakens here. Maybe it's also the theme of longing for something. The Court can also mean something like, how do you say that? Yes, you can see it. One feels called, summoned. Here, basically, yes, also to go into a change, because the Court also simply stands for change. And I already have the feeling that there's something connecting you right now, and that it's also meant with the Court. That one should really take a good look at it. Just wake up. Then we have the 7 of Swords. That's what I mentioned earlier. Then you notice it on the other side. You can't just get away with it here. You can't make false promises here, not keep your word, something like that. You can't lie to me because you see right through it immediately. You are, well, someone who likes to, so you can fool someone. Yes, and that's currently what connects you here, which is also what I'm being told. It's still there, it's still there. That's also the energy for March. As I said, this can last until the end of the month, then until the end of March. Then we actually see how it develops when we make the withdrawal. And nevertheless, is there still something that currently connects you? So this is someone who always wants to get away from it, or rather sneak away. As I said, don't make any serious promises here. Do it. But and like this, I'm going to see how far I can go, testing his boundaries. Then we have the page of coins. So here it is. There's also this fascination behind it. It's just that you discover something here that fascinates you, and that can be the appearance of it. But that can also be your stability, that you're at peace with yourself, that you have us. Yeah, just the Empress, and then it's gone. So this is the person I want to have that fascinates me, but I'm here. But also this cautiousness. Am I ready to invest more time, more money, more energy? That connects you right now. And it's also like this here that I would say you have to invest this time. You have to use this money, this energy, invest. Otherwise, it's over here. And with you, the world is also just here because you are ready for more. Well, that's just a question of whether the person opposite you is also ready for it. 9. The ones. And that's what I thought. I already thought that. I think you won't be able to fight against your feelings anymore, against your emotions, yes, even against you. At some point you can't hold back anymore. You feel like, yeah, I would even say attacked. You feel weak. Well, helpless. Maybe they just can't resist you. That connects you right now. So the energy will come. Okay, I'll leave it like that. I will now lay out another row of cards for you in the continuation. Then let's see what will come your way. We'll also draw an outcome. What will the situation lead to here? Then I'll draw a piece of advice from the deck. What does tarot advise? What should you know? I'm drawing a love message for you. So an angel of love message. What do the angels of love advise you? And afterwards, we'll also draw a love message. You can always find links down in the info box and also in the top comment. I'm looking forward to welcoming you there shortly. And to everyone else, I wish you all the best here and see you at the next reading. Bye bye.